Greetings. Thank you for joining us. As broadcast brought to you by Quarantine Florida and all what it can bring you, whatever that means. All right. I guess this is a little bit dark. There you go. It's a little better. All right. Greetings. So this is Anunnaki, Astral Connection, Anunnaki, and Feline wars. Just something that obviously is a deep history that we're still trying to figure out or gradually figure out. So, where that came from is felines and Anunnaki. At least this is one aspect of it. Think of like the schools, the teachings. We have this different, like this school and that school, and you can say that's part of that dynamic of this school teaches this school teaches that. But this is a little bit different. That's a little bit, they're both different. That is Anunnaki and feline divide. There's others too, obviously, but one, because the kind of Anunnaki yesterday, they're still around, so they feel like they can do better here. Of course, the felines have had success in their civilizations, so they felt they can do better than them, and so they had a little bit of a back and forth there. Who's going to be our controllers or family? So you can say Anunnaki took over our way of life, and the felines took over our spirituality through like the Catholic Church, cathedral, things like that, Catholic. So obviously those were not the friendly ones, but seeing how we kind of lost I guess once we got shut down, they had to find a way to help us remember again. It's once they shut down the human, so I'm getting right now, how do you reactivate that? Slowly. So you just give the people whatever works, and water down religions one way. There's different stuff there too. Yes. Apparently today, I think it was today. It was like a YouTube, or yesterday and today. It was a YouTube purge. I took down a big philosophy channel. Just it's like around for 14 years or something like that. Stefan. I can't pronounce his last name for anything, but either way, it's a big deal. He's gotten hardcore for a while about free speech, though, and he's the last person to do hate speech. He was hardcore, but either way, it's just you can't do anything on YouTube these days, apparently. So either way, it's wild out there, that's for sure. And Patreon's not safe either. Nothing's safe, apparently. So, just sweet as. Okay, alright. Okay, this is Avatarcom. For those that are new to all this, private sessions. We're on a channel. Google Hangout, Zoom into channel on my phone. I'm on the 22nd. I'm going to be there for a while, it seems. Going as fast as I can. Same situation here. Add some new things here. Kind of galactic it up a little bit until I get down here. So slowly transitioning to orbit's roots. I don't think I can make these smaller, but anyway, social network, the rabbit, more is coming, and the dating site. So it's been successful, as far as I know. Alright, thank you for your support. Blessings. Alright, now time for absolute insanity. Alright, we're going to Astral and get Astral. Before I put these up, sometimes I get messages in the morning to what to say here tonight, or I'll forget, or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's astral energies. We'll continue. I'll go back to that. Gartho, not done with that. Just kind of jumping all over the place a little bit. Astral sleep. I give it astral. Of course, the message yesterday about humans being born through trees. I'll tell you about. I got a channel message right before I came through. Well, I mean, made sense because it came from Astral, so having a tree energy to give birth to a human was not. It made sense. It's just, and trees are mobile, but a lot of these trees were not. Just they just take care of the fetus and all that. How the impregnation goes, just through energy. Probably more to it than that. Like your parents are insectoid beings or something. They haven't gone into that aspect of it, but and then of course when you take you know your plant child, it was it Vega is what they're trying to say, vegan, but Vega is a place where they do that still, where trees have kids basically. Um, but now the human can have kids, so it went mobile. So just like a telephone, you gotta go to it, pick it up, just leave it there on the desk, and then all the day, so it's mobile. It's just everything goes mobile eventually. Of course, trees are mobile too, but just not in our reality. Well, at least that we notice. So, all right, do Astral Connection and give you perspectives. That was a connection right before I went live here, so about the trees having kids and things like that. I'm not sure how far they're going to go into that, but it makes sense. I mean, everything's. When you leave the third dimensional, crying of politics and everything, it gets kind of weird out there. But if you have to talk about aliens and spaceships and all of that, you gotta get to that. You gotta get to that mindset that you're not in the normal world anymore. You're in a place of bizarreness. At least from and how many people are ready for that? They can watch it on TV, on Netflix, and all that, or movies in the past. But how about experiencing it? It's another story there. So, yeah, that's why people can't grasp the whole alien thing. Some can, but yeah, it gets kind of you got to go to their frequency basically. Makes sense, and some are doing that currently. They understand, but most probably not. So, all right, it just takes time. That's where we're going. If like every evolution or our infrastructure of the world is shit, it is definitely not going back to the way it used to be. So, all right, blessings. Here we go. Greetings to you. We are Astral Collective. We are who we are. Doesn't truly matter, but your 2008 of when you had your financial disconnect. Think about it from an energy perspective. You're disconnecting. We realize many already know this, but we'll say it anyway. You're disconnecting from your third dimension reality, from what you're used to. It's kind of like pushing you off a cliff slowly. So you get more, as more people actually found more of their inner talents. They might not have made it so much money, but they got creative. Now you're going to aspect of a spiritual growth, of trusting your instincts, because as you see, the world is not what it seems anymore. So trusting your instincts becomes more like, go for it, right? So, yes, your 2001 was one movement, 2008 another, and now you're going through what you're going through today. It will get much easier over time. But you're building up to this connection. As you've had warnings, things like that, but don't see it as a warning. Basically, yes, you're bringing astral earth into your reality. Soon, someone will be able to download of the astral plane. Some of you already are doing so. It will become more easier as the earth becomes lighter. This is all about opening up your planet. So you just don't have to have the everyday old idea system. There's much more to it than that, but you're just opening yourselves up. So people wonder where this is all going. You're just opening yourself up more spiritually. That's where I know it's not exciting to some of you. But others it is. Some are just bored to death already. But this is to open up your spiritual conquest of what you wish to. So those of you who are having blockages will no longer have those blockages. Eventually, some are scared of their own. It's like, here, I want a bunch of power. I want to be able to fly. Okay, here you go. And then people get scared of it. Now, that doesn't happen completely, but people understand that now you have the ability to connect to aliens. Are you ready for it? Now it's like, well, I'm scared out of my mind. Maybe I'll wait on that for a little bit. That's what's happening right now. Many are becoming more aware of what they are, scared of what they're capable of doing. So as you become unscared, things come much easier. But there's nothing wrong with being scared in the beginning. Nothing wrong with it at all. Of what you're used to from the old reality, especially the ridicule you go through. Nobody's there putting you on the spot. Not at all. This is a transfer of power. Astral will get stronger and your financial world will eventually come to an end. But not until you know yourselves more clearly. How to move the energies around of manifestation. Learning more of the fourth dimension becomes easier. As some of you are already using that, well, realize, yes, they give the aliens a little bit too much credit. They're in the fourth dimension. Of course they can manifest faster than you. They're in a whole different situation. They don't have to get up and go to work every day as you do. I mean, if you don't go, then you pay the rent. They don't have all those things. Of course it's easier. They have less stress. Realize, though, as many of you realize, the less stress, I mean, obviously, many of you, some don't have anything to do, and you feel very stressed of that, which is healthy. In your environment, it makes sense. But realize from an alien point of view, they have less stress. They're raised in it. And they don't have all the things that you go through. So of course they can manifest quicker. They can manifest quicker at their 5, 6, and 7 years old. But their whole worlds are completely different than yours. But you are remembering that now. It's all about remembrance, a slow remembrance. Because can you handle it? It's like, here's a bunch of power. How are you going to handle that? I mean, not to say people are going to be flying anytime soon. For now. But eventually that power will come through. It's through some of your lifetimes, yes. At least you'll be able to hover from the ground. That'd be something. People fly. Yeah. Anything's possible right now. As you see, the infrastructures of your planet have not fully, totally disconnected just yet. But give it time. As for your Anunnaki, our point of view, Anunnaki and Feline. Further out, yes, Anunnaki are, the biggest pain in the asses in the universe. Some of them are very flamboyant. Some of them are drag queen types too, to a certain degree. They like getting attention. Doesn't make them bad. We're just saying that some of them get kind of all over the place. They want to share their power, so show how glamorous they are. But some of them are quite serious. There's different aspects, but some of them, yes, feel like they can dominate speed. They try to take over planets. And they kind of did here to a certain degree. At least the narrative of, yes, we're the ones that run everything. Well, that's not exactly the truth. But that gives you a little bit more detail of your science of your Earth. Feline energies always feel like they can be they're a grounded species. Canines sometimes, but sometimes they're all over the place. But usually a feline is pretty grounded for the most part. They sleep all the time. Not all of them, of course. The aliens don't do so much. But they're astral beings. Of course, canines are also, but felines go more deeper to astral than the canines to a certain extent. Depends on the canine, depends on the feline. So when you're an astral being, yes, you feel like you have an authority over planets. Depends on how you look at it. Well, the things they've done has worked well. This world didn't always work so well, but they're very good at controlling environments, basically to keep humans grounded. So you have a religion to ground people spiritually. Because they're not ready for their full spirituality. Are they ready to fly back in the 1950s? Oh, you never know, but Yes and no on that. So, they're just kind of, you might call it negative, you might call it whatever you want, is there to hold you down before you're ready to explode. It's like your collective is not quite there yet to access its full abilities. First, they gotta ask for it. Not many are really asking for it. Some are, but the rest of the collective is wondering, I don't have any power. We're just slaves of the system. So the mindset has to shift, as it's currently doing. When you have an infrastructure that no longer works anymore, where else you have to go? You go more into yourself, but also say, what am I capable of? Seeing how nothing's working, maybe I can figure out, maybe there's more to myself than I realize. That's where you're at this time. And all philosophies are going to go away too. The purge that's going on has many different reasons behind it. Old philosophies go, old or third earth goes slowly to the wayside, but not instantly. A few hundred years for that to fully happen. As more of your new star children are born that don't want any of, you've already dealt with it already through hippies and, the new generations, you don't really into the modern generation, so more of your super kids are going to come out of that. But many of you have built that foundation for them to come in easier. So yes, you're doing the hard part on a global level. So blessings. That's all we have. There are other beings here to bring assistance to you. Blessings to you. Greetings to you. We are Anunnaki. We are the White Rose Anunnaki. We are beings of nature. We know Mother Nature well. Yes, we do manipulate her energies to improve societies, as yours. So many of the female have Mother Nature's energy, DNA, to bring children into the earth. That wasn't always the plan for females to bring children into earth. There are other methods. So Anunnaki might seem as a villain for doing such things. Now, we did not bring the hardships of childbirth, no, but the other beings are involved with that. So it shows you how connected you are to Mother Nature. As she brings in nature's energy through her own, brings in the human through her own, and the human can reproduce on their own. Or probably you may have heard alien beings, yes, doing hybridization, creating a baby in an incubator, things like that. Which is quite normal. And there's other methods also that are easier. Where, yes, child energy comes out of your vibration, just like that. Now, that's at the higher dimensions. But, for your world to take the method it did, agreed upon it. But yes, many felines are not too excited about it. But I felt like humans weren't ready for something like that, as you are having it today. Some were calling it a curse. Yes, it made it more harder for childborn, birth to be done. Made it harder to come into the world, basically. Some wanted to be in charge of that, and then get it. More of that's a reptilian vibration. You'd be surprised how many reptilian energies. Not all reptilians, but some just want to, yes, make it difficult to come into the planet. Especially now. Because now you are changing the rules of your earth. You might call it, some are blaming the Illuminati and all that, but humanity is still changing the energies of the earth to rid, yes, of its old programmings. And humans will talk more to tree energies, and nature energies will come in more clear. Eventually, and some are experiencing it now, as you become more, because with the Palladian race, they're very connected to nature's vibration. So it's easier to bring energies into the world, child energies, through the methods that they wish. Humanity on your world, yes, became like a lab rat, and it's eventually, well, it just was a different animal altogether, and humanity allowed it. It wanted to improve itself. It wanted to be different than other beings, not superior, just different. Everything has to be different. But your world took it to a whole new level. Brought harshness that was not seen before. Not on most planets. Because a lot of those beings are causing hell on Earth here, advance the human to a newer level. Meaning you got their DNA, but now you got to pay for it. The DNA here, yes, is very superior to other species. It can handle a great deal. There's more to it. It's been manipulated a great deal, but you remove the manipulation, it's a very powerful DNA. But where did you get it from? So you can say some of the beings wanted it back. That wasn't happening. Once it was put into the collective, it stayed. It went through the human collective very quickly, very easily. That's for the reptilian. It was basically an advanced energy. Not all beings are going to make themselves clear. Because of your DNA, that kind of cursed your Earth to a certain degree. It was a power that humans couldn't handle. At a fourth dimensional, some can, most could, but not all. And that's where the Earth became unbalanced. Basically, yeah, and when humans were tested, they couldn't handle it. So the beings is like, now you have reptilian DNA with you, can you handle it? And humans are tested, they couldn't handle it. So they kind of went berserk. Went insane, yes. Insanity was a big one. As some of you have noticed, insanity is normal here now. Some of them are. Politicians. They have gone, yeah, they seem to classify themselves as okay, when many of them are not. And most of them are Anunnaki connected. Not all. A lot of them are, yes, Orion also. Orions, yes, they want to make sure they have a political, and that's why your political system doesn't make any sense. It is mostly Orion, though. I mean, I might have Anunnaki politicians here, but mostly the infrastructure is Orion. Your Rome is Orion. Greece is sort of Orion, but mostly your Rome. Orion took control as the Earth lost control. They never thought this would go this route. It was something new they never experienced before. Well, because they have worlds similar to yours, and all of those beings came here, so they felt kind of responsible. But it's part of the human experience that they're still figuring out. Everyone's still figuring this all out. Yeah, if you think all aliens have this figured out, think again. If they say they do, they really don't. I mean, yes, they give humans, but they don't always understand why humans do the things that they do. If they say they know, they really don't know. Not really. They might say that, but there's more aspects of, yeah, they might act like Mr. Smart or Mrs. Smart, but in the long run, they really don't have the full answers of why humans do what they do, because humans don't always know what they're doing either. When you have this type of emotion, it doesn't even always supposed to make any sense. And that's what the reptilian beings brought in. The emotion of a feline and a reptilian and a canine, and there's much more mixed into one. It's the emotion here that was like magnified compared to other planets. That's why you have the wars that you do here. It's emotional wars. So it's like you have a thought. Usually when it's anger, you really feel it. It's all the alien emotions mixed into one. And some things, even the Hathors can't even explain it. Hathors have an energy source of, power, but even the humans like really surpass their idea. It's like, you don't know what this is. Of course, humans are known for destruction, but you can also do great things. But you're still figuring out your power, your mental power. So you're just getting through all the darkness so you can bring in more light when the time is right, of course. Many aren't aware of their aspects of light just yet. Anunnaki has never experienced anything like this. Yes, we've experienced different species in one, but this is totally different. So, blessings to you on your experiences here. Greetings. We are from Alpha Centauri. It's Alpha Centauri. We are amphibians, frog people. Brought to your planet as it was unstable. Do you calm it down? Much of your scientists are connected to our energy, so just calmness. Many of your swamps were created to calm down for frogs to live in, to calm down the anger the earth was going through in the past. You can say we were added later. There has always been an amphibian energy here, but more was added just to cool everything down. So much of your swamps, most of your swamps, wherever you see a frog energy. There's more to it than that, but your swampland is basically for us to connect to your earth easier. As you know, the waters are sometimes murky because that's the earth's energy. Human consciousness, thoughts are going into the water. Angers, a lot of anger here. Of being denied, rejection from other alien beings. Basically, your forefathers, your family, kind of left you alone here. No direction. So some humans got mad. Some humans felt like they were, made into freaks, actually. And lost their way. Some are, yes, very powerful and just lost their way of life. They still do it now. They're still trying to find it. Humanity is a power source. So that's why so many alien beings are sucking humans dry. Well, another reason for that is to keep humans calmed down. Sometimes you're better off sleeping than you are, because humans are very powerful here. You're not realizing that. And as you power back, if you're not using it responsibly, they put you to sleep. They wear you down. It's just to keep you from. Now, when you're using your vibration in a positive way, it's different. Sometimes and humans can lash out of your humans are being controlled too, not completely, but that's why the reptilians are here, just to keep your humanity from destroying itself. And yes, there's a negative overtone on it, but they just keep humans, because humans, they feel like they're just not ready for anything. But you're proving them wrong. Some, yes, connect to their psychic powers and use it for wrongdoing, and they see it. And all of a sudden you get tired. There's more to the details, I'm sure. It's like humans are easier to manage at third dimension than fourth. At least at your adolescence here. As you understand more of your power. Basically, as humans are, yes, understand their abilities, like through schools, like your telekinesis abilities, telepathics, your superpowers, on and on. If you understand that, then these beings will let you go. So that should be taught in schools more than your Earth history. I mean, you can learn about your Earth history by just downloads. But basically, humanity's been under a spell. And it's been, there's different ways of looking at that. But for the most part, your human is here to learn about so you go to school and learn about what kind of Atlantean, what kind of Lemurian you are, what kind of Palladian you are, what kind of Syrian you are. That's what you're here to learn. It's much more to it. Garthian powers. What powers do you have? That's what you're here to learn. That's what your future is about in your current state. And that's what makes things, I don't know, more pleasant. It make it much different than it is today. Yeah, so some beings, humans, can use laser out of their eyes. Yeah, it does exist. So that is the new age you're going into. So some of you feel like you're part of this shift to more of your superpower people. Yes. Some might call it fiction, but think again. What do you think your aliens are? Those are, you're just going to their level. That's all. So that's all we have from amphibians. Blessings to your journeys here. Blessings.